WDO.EP3 Scavenger talk, scavenger law. Oh yeah, scavenger talk. You're now tuned in to a Rock the Block show production. Scavenger talk, scavenger. Now what's the odds if you never take a risk? No chance. Now what's the odds? Welcome to we dropping pics. Scavenger talk.
What's up, my scavengers? Welcome to another episode of What's the Odds? Here where we aim to put you in position to make some money. I'm your host, Scavenger A. And here I got my special guest with me, Sheba the Billionaire. What's going on?
What's up?
Talk to the people, Sheba, man.
Hey,
Tell us about yourself, man.
Well, they call me Sheba the Billionaire. I'm the CEO of Boss Nation Network.
Boss Nation.
Coming out with our own social media app. That's right. Coming soon, bro. We gonna, next big thing.
Next big thing?
Next big thing. We gonna put that platform, that real platform out there so we can push our own agenda, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. But we got a whole show to talk about, But before we start with the show, I got some new follow acknowledgement I wanna shout out. People that's been following the page, keeping us active, supporting all the time. I got one special shout out. I gotta get the name right, at Ralph_Polo305. Shout out Ralph Polo, man. Cool friend, definitely cool Miami lifestyle dude, always trying to have a good time and will have a good time in the life of the party. Make sure y'all tap in with him because he's tapping in with us. Anybody you want to shout out,
I just want to give a shout out to all my girls on that Boss Model team. Yeah. One time
ladies
Boss
man.
Models.
Ladies man.
Well, these bosses here are actually business women that are role models to their communities and their family members. So we put a twist on that word model. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
yes,
we want to tap in with them. We're going to get into that a little
all
later.
Right,
but
no doubt.
Make sure y'all, by the way, we also want to make y'all tap into the pages on Instagram at What's the Odds Sportscast and on TikTok at What's the Odds. And any sponsorships and ads that want to tap in with us and get into our DMs again at What's the Odds Sportscast, and we definitely gonna respond. Anybody that want to do any networking, we're here definitely full of support. Anybody want to tap in with?
Well, you can tap in with me on Instagram.
Okay.
The official Sheba Billionaire. And that's where it stopped because, I ain't messing with this social media too much because I'm about to get my own. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I got to tap in, man.
Yeah,
we got some motion going on. We love it here. Now, speaking of motion or theories, I would say, we all have this segment that we like to call Sports Theories, that we actually give tips and pointers every episode. And these are little noggins, but they make big splashes because in the long run, these are rules and regulations to live by in the gambling world. And I got one that specifically happened to me recently as of yesterday.
Oh, Super Bowl.
Yes, Super Bowl.
Yeah. And
it's always by the half points. The half point, whether it's 35.5, 25.5, 0.5, 99, whatever it is, just buy it to the half number. Just buy half a point, please. And I'm gonna tell you why a little later in the show. Matter of fact, let me tell you now because it's in my.
Yeah,
it's still in me, man.
Get it out.
So the over of the, can I cuss? Producers, can I cuss? The over in this motherfucking game was 47.5. 47, I said, yeah, it's going over. It's entertainment Vegas. It's lit. We popping. 47.5. The game starts slow. I'm like, whew, sweating already. I'm like, coach, take me out the game.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a cash out button, no cash out button. I'm like, you know what, let's ride it. It's picking up. Of course, entertainment, Vegas. It gets to the third quarter. And then at the end of the game, Chiefs win at the last play, the last second of the game, 47, voila. Buy half a point, you would have got your bread back. Or if you waited, it was at 46.5. Around 6:30, almost when the game was started, it dropped for the, it showed love. But you gotta wait all the way at 6:15. Buy half a point. You got any
I think people need to be educated on how important a half a point is. To some people, a half a point don't seem that important. You know what I'm saying?
Until it matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter till it matter. If you got any tips or you have anything you want to point out to the people as far as you gamblers, man? Do you throw a little bread in a little pot?
I'm risky. you know, in my investment. Because one would say I'm a gambler being in crypto.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's very risky.
Yeah, different sports, same thing.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing because sometimes you'll see it running up and a lot of people like to jump in it when it's running up.
Absolutely.
You know, they see it running up everywhere I buy in. But actually, that's the wrong time to buy in. Because the rich about to pull out.
There go his theory.
The rich is about to pull out.
The rich about to pull out.
When you see it's running up.
That's a great one. Make sure y'all tap in all the way.
Yeah. It's very important that you buy when it's low.
Ooh, definitely.
You sell when it's high.
Ooh, that's a lot. He gave us a lot of tips and pointers. I love it. But let's get into the game. You know what I'm saying? We'll give him more tips later in regards to that.
Yeah.
But we want to talk about the game because I was already, I done jumped the fence and I already done gave him a little how I felt. But tell him how you felt about the game. How you felt about the Super Bowl. It was an amazing game.
Well, it was an amazing game.
Yes.
And, I'm the type of guy that, I be looking for the storyline. My storyline was
Me too.
Because, my storyline was revenge is real.
We had the same storyline, man. We had the exact same storyline.
But the game, it was a great game, man. It was very entertaining. It was one of the best Super Bowls I've seen.
Absolutely.
But I've seen a lot of mistakes on both sides of the ball, So.
Now, in the first half, I know, absolutely, I believe you had San Fran to win the game, just like you said, as far as the rivalry. In the first half, they were doing good. Everything was in the favor of San Fran. So what you felt like they could have done differently to win that game?
Well, it's strange. Let me say this part, though. This strange. My heart wanted Kansas City to win.
Oh, okay. But you didn't.
But I thought San Francisco would win it.
Interesting.
I thought they would win it. But I think what San Francisco should have did, they should have did the same thing they did the first quarter, defensively.
Which was bring pressure.
Bring pressure,
Absolutely.
Go at it, go get it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Go get it. Not going to this prevent defense and all that when you're up.
True.
I hate to see that, bro, but that's a team that you can't even give a little.
You're right, and they definitely showed. They showed themselves. Now, where do you feel like San Francisco lost the game? Because you said, they. What do you feel like exactly? I need to know.
I felt they lost the game in overtime on the last drive.
Really, the last play?
Yeah, not the last play. I think it was maybe like 4 or 5 plays before that when San Francisco called the timeout. The head coach called the timeout.
Yes.
To straighten the defensive coordinator. He didn't want to go with man-to-man coverage.
You're right. I remember that.
He thought that was too risky. He stopped the game and told his coordinator, "Nah, we ain't going with that." And I'm trying to figure out how the defensive coordinator can continue to coach that game after the head coach stepped down on you.
I got you.
And if you notice, they drove straight down the field and scored.
I mean, I agree with you, but I don't agree with you where that's where they lost the game. I think they lost the game halftime. Because honestly, the momentum was on their side, right? The first half. Kansas City was in 3 and outs. You know what I'm saying? They got one drive, Pacheco fumbles.
Right.
So it was in the half because you would think the score would be 20-3, but it was 10-3. I feel like they didn't let the momentum of the first half carry them away. Because when you got Mahomes down, you gotta run it up. Understand me? Because he's coming. When he come, he's a problem. And let's talk about Mahomes' greatness because we gotta see where he ranks. I know you definitely been watching football for a long time, so you've seen the 2 GOATs, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. Who you feel like is number 1?
Mahomes coming to get him, man.
Who you feel like is number 1 now? Today?
Mahomes. Number 1 out there, yeah.
You like Patrick at 29 years old? Already, the GOAT.
He's the man.
You heard it from Sheep of the Billionaire.
Now, I want to say this, though. I have to disagree with you about they had the momentum in the first half.
Oh,
because
they did, though.
Kansas City getting that 3 points at the end of that half changed the momentum because now you're dealing with a team that's going to get the ball back when they come back.
Right.
So the momentum kind of changed for them getting that 3 points because they could have came back, tied the game at 10.
You're right.
So I think Kansas City had the momentum going into the half by getting that last 3 points.
I agree with your point. The only thing I don't agree with was they had so many opportunities to score and they didn't score.
Right.
So I think getting that 3 points was just like, whew, I got something on the board. But again, it does go back to my first point. San Francisco should have been up 23, in my opinion. In my opinion. They let too many points, let off the board, and that's what happened, in my opinion. And that's why I feel like Patty Mahomes has his 3rd championship.
Now you got to remember now, Pat left 7 on the field too with that fumble.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He definitely did. Yeah. Now, they were talking about the new overtime rules, or 49ers didn't know about this. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. Something about, we didn't know overtime existed and we had the ball first. They was gonna get the ball back, but they didn't score, so I didn't understand that logic. And because they got ball first, which is a question. How do you feel about with the new overtime rules? Do you feel like you should get the ball first or give them the ball first? Because that was a whole argument, and I was just trying to figure out.
I think it's fair because it don't matter if you score, the other team get an opportunity to score.
Fair enough.
That's the only part that I had a problem with overtime, but I like this overtime. That the other team, even if you score 7 points, each team get an opportunity to score. They just put up 3 when they should have probably just put up 7. You know what I'm saying? It happened. It ain't like they didn't go down and put no points on the board. So. I don't know if that played a part because either way it go, both teams were gonna have an opportunity to try to score. So I think overtime, it was fair.
It was fair enough. So we got to figure out what was San Fran's big deal about that. I don't know. It was just sore losers,
No, I think
you can't win, bro. You had 3 Super Bowls in the last 8 years and they ain't win. God, man, I'm sorry. They just, they blew it. I definitely had them to win it all. But unfortunately, they ain't win, so I got to take that L. We was out there in the Super Bowl party, man. They was killing me. The Swifties, I call them. They was killing me, man.
Yeah, man.
All night, they were playing Taylor Swift. Imagine.
Oh, so what's your story on that? What's your take on?
Oh, we had to take on the last episode. On the last episode, my boy, the Scavenger, I remember because I was there. Scavenger Wood called Scavenger that's our team. He said, yo, check this out. You can check on the last episode. He said, check this out. You follow me? This Taylor Swift conspiracy is real. The money that's coming in, the NFL ain't never seen this bad. They gonna take, They gonna take care of the Chiefs for that.
Right.
And that's what happened. You ain't see Kelsey blowing up on the sideline?
Yeah.
This is our year, coach. Stop. Bring me in again.
Coach face like that?
Man, listen, I got a whole take now. Wow. It's called the Odell Beckham syndrome, bro. What happens is, you become a star. You become such a big star on the field that the game of team don't really matter to you because if you're not involved, you're gonna start checking shit until you get involved. You see Kelsey blowing up a lot on the sidelines. Andy Reid, that's a godfather. What? You almost made a man fall over. Bro, with his hands alone, almost made him fall. Kelsey, man. We know we know you got the baddest girl. You feel like you got the baddest girl in the game with Taylor Swift and who she was with in the crowd. What's her name? Ice Spice or Ice Spice? Yeah, Ice Spice.
When they be showing her, I don't even be paying her.
You gotta know she obviously she the wave. Yeah. She's on and she everywhere. That was a weird. They didn't even know if they wanted to be happy together or she didn't even know where she was at. Right. Like it was just a weird combination of people to be. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
You ain't tripping, man. You ain't tripping.
I don't know. You see how they just kept showing her?
Because I never seen her part of football until now.
Yeah. Oh, see?
You know what I'm saying?
And he been watching football how long?
Now she like the biggest fan ever.
Ever. Man, we had a whole game at our Super Bowl party. How many times we see Taylor Swift, we take a shot. Tell me why I barely could drive after the game. I could barely drive. Because they kept showing her.
You had to take Uber, man.
Nah, I got my boy.
Your car.
Ty took me to the crib. But for the most part, though, we're gonna, let's think about next year really quick. Right. And let's think about our thoughts before we transition.
3 people.
What?
Michael
Jordan?
I want to be the first one to say it. It looked good.
You heard it here? She would have been, what you call it 3 people?
3 people.
Like that?
Michael Jordan of football.
Wow, Lamar.
Great story.
We gotta do, we believe in Lamar. We believe in Lamar. I can't just, Patty's that guy, bro. And one more tip, don't bet against Patty Mahomes. Don't bet against him. Cause it's not worth it.
I learned my lesson.
My boy Juice called me 10 minutes before the game, 10 minutes. I promise, I'm sweating. I'm like, damn, San Fran better do it. San Fran better do it. He called me, said, I'm not betting on this game. It's a tough game, which is one of our, if you check the last episode, that was one of our noggins. It was a tough game. But if I'm gonna put bread on it, I'm gonna put bread on the GOAT. Because if I die, I'm gonna die with the GOAT. I'd rather do that than go against the GOAT and the GOAT prove you wrong. Now you just part of his book about another guy that went against him and lost.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought about it, I'm like, God damn, kill me. He's right. I ain't wanna tell him he's right, because I believed in it, but he's right. You know, we had a few other, older scavenger, and we checked the last episode, like I said, he definitely dropped that noggin and he was believing in the Chiefs. You know, who else was riding with, Snow, he was definitely riding, what he was riding? He was riding the Chiefs as well. Wood flipped last minute after giving us all the noggins. Scavenger Wood switched and he went 49ers with me and we fell. But you know how it go, man. Definitely good days and bad days. As long as you what? Ride it out.
You gotta ride it out, man. You gotta ride it
out. Definitely ride it out. So anything you want to tap into, like as far as you talking about riding it out, pause. Until you talking about riding the wave, any tips that you think in the crypto world that they should tap into, any coins that they should get in the coming future?
Oh yeah. I mean, we got some coins out there. Shiba Inu, number one. You should invest because the project is real. The project is real, bro. Trust me what I'm telling you. I ain't wearing Shiba Billionaire around my neck for nothing. You better tap in. And there's another coin out there. It's called My Lady Coin.
Let me write that?
My Lady Coin. And if you're smart, you'll get it.
Let me write it. My what?
My Lady Coin.
You heard it here first. I'm about to invest.
Go get it, bro.
I got a couple thousand I'm about to invest. Before I put it in the book, I'm gonna, chop it up.
And like you said, a couple of thousand. If you drop a couple of thousand on My Lady Coin,
that's what I'm talking about. I wrote it down, yeah.
You'll be a billionaire. You'll be a billionaire if you do that right now.
I can feel it over now.
Yeah, drop a couple of thousand on that coin right there.
Okay.
You'll be a billionaire when that thing run up, bro.
We might have to pay for this next episode, y'all. Producers, get that together because he's dropping some jewels on us. Some jewels. So, before we go, I want to shout out, people that's been supporting us, giving us, good energy always. And it was a specific, tag that we was added on, and I saw on our What's the Odds Sportscast page on Instagram. Our boy, remember I mentioned a shout out, Ralph_Polo305, shout out him again. He had tagged us in, very, when you on Instagram and you want motivation. Yeah. He tagged it was like, tag a Miami podcast that's doing something good in the, in the community, and he tagged us. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, salute, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been working, we've been grinding, we got this far, we got a long way to go, but we came a long way, and we continue to, push. So tap in with us, any sponsors that want to do networking and get involved with us, hit our DMs. We're going to be active all the time, you know what I'm saying? Now, before we go, any shout outs you want to give? Because, I'm always want to show love, always. And I
want to shout out to, my little podcast that I have for relationships. Always, man. And big shout out to the wife. Too many people don't do that.
But man.
The real boss.
Salute. The real boss. Yep. Yeah. Please.
It's called A Relationship Talk.
A Relationship Talk. But what days it come on?
Well, it's on every day, man. I'm dropping clips every day on my Facebook. I know a lot of people don't go to Facebook, especially the young people, but the reason I mess with Facebook, they got jobs over there. Them people that spend money, so I'm gonna just leave that right there. You got a product, that's what I
got you. All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. It's been lovely. Also, always, once again, tap into the page at What's the Odds Sportscast on Instagram and on TikTok at What's the Odds. Remember, what's the odds if you never take a risk? No chance. Tap in with us next time.